Hi Leo, how are you? Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Leo, this is going to be a quick weekly check-in. I'm going to try to get to those if it's possible at all in between the beginning of the month and the mid-month stuff that I typically try to get done. So I had some time, thought I would jump on here and do this for you guys. Leo, you were one of the signs that I really wanted to check in on after doing the March readings, and I'm going to try to keep checking on you guys to see where your energy is at, because a lot of anxiety was flourishing in your world, unfortunately. So this will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus cross watchers. If that is you, discern the messages accordingly and remember that roles can be reversed. So Leo, let's see if you guys haven't liked, or if you find that this video resonates for you, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. It's going to give you notifications every time a video gets posted. So let's just see what's going on for you guys. Leos and Sages this past week for me have been, you guys have been on something, man. It's been interesting. It has been something else. Listen, efficiency. Are we learning to finally listen to ourselves, maybe? Maybe that's what's happening here, hopefully. Guys, we're all up in your head last time I checked in with you all. For Leo, please, Spirit, motion, and discernment. I feel like you guys are trying to navigate following what it is that you know, right? So for Leo, please, Spirit, brilliance. In the reverse, productivity. Oh gosh. All right, give me one more card on this brilliance, please, Spirit. Or give me half of the deck. That'll work too. Leo, still confusing energy. What in the hell is happening here? You guys are bouncing back and forth. It's unbelievable. Like there is this, I was going to make these short readings. I don't know how this is going to go for you guys. Renewal, stretch, surface. Are we still playing with surface level bullshit? I feel like, oh, sorry, laundry's done. Loudest notification of the laundry ever in my house. Ready but waiting. I think you have a great new brilliant idea, but do you? But do you? I do think that you are seeing some silver lining in the clouds of the anxiety that you guys are dealing with. But you're recognizing, like, you may be pushing for something to take place. For others of you, you are trying to be patient in the process and trying to be patient and waiting for something amazing to occur. So we'll see. In this productivity, balance and center. Okay, good. So if we're putting focus on ourselves, hallelujah. Good, Leo. Makes me happy to see this. So ready but waiting is you're holding off on whatever plans or ideas that you've had. I think, honestly, that's a good thing. And then in the same sense, you're recognizing that maybe there's a little more passion or fiery energy that lives within you for something. You're recognizing... Hey! Stop that. The cat. Oh my God, the cat. He's so bad. But it's like you're putting initiative into yourself, though, right now, to maybe where you are feeling that anxiety and feeling off balance. You are trying to bring yourself back into a centered space. So you are playing with this energy of changing it up and transforming what it is that you're dealing with at this time. All right, Leo, let's see. Leo for this week, please, Spirit. What Leo for this week? Fragments. Rigid. I want to clarify so very deeply into this, but I cannot. It would not be fair to anybody else, right? Rigid, movement, fledging. Spirit is saying taking your power back from something. 2-2. You have 11-11. Third party stuff. Stuff mirroring back to yourself. I feel like you may be through this need to boost your feel-good feelings, we're going to call it, okay? Spirit is saying that you're kind of, it's almost like you're shutting down and shutting out people perhaps that maybe you found yourself entangled with and you weren't sure what you were going to do with that, or situations, not always people, right? And you're not quite sure how you want to address that, because it left you feeling a little defeated, and that may be part of that anxiety that you guys showed up last week in your reading. What is this for Leo? Understanding. It's an interesting energy that you guys are like, you got to play by the rules right now, and you're recognizing that you need to play by your own rules right now a little bit. Understanding that, for you to have courage and strength to move forward, that you have to find that balance within you. I feel like you're it's a very like wishy-washy kind of energy of like, I would like to do this would feel great, this did feel great, but I've got to do this. And guys, for each of you, you're going to have to discern what is best for you first, and then everything else will follow along. Very interesting, you guys. Some of you, like, there's just, and I feel like there's some frustration, because it's just like looking up and going like, why is this happening? And it's not about why, and I want you to pay attention to this. It's not why is this happening to me, it's what is this doing for me? We tend to take it like almost like personal when things don't go the way we had hoped, or we aren't sure where we stand. It's like, why is this happening? But what is it teaching you? What is it doing for you instead? And I think that that's something that you're going to need to pay attention to as you move through this anxiety. A burst of magic, waking the lion. There you are, Leo. You're going to come out of this anxiety. You're gonna find other things that are making you feel good at this time. Spirit, though, is saying some of you may be revisiting the past, so be cautious, open to discovery. I do feel like you are moving into a space of you are trying to do things differently, exposed and revealed. There's parts of yourself that you're coming to recognize. Now this is taking shape here for me. It's making more sense as we go. There are parts of yourself that you're understanding that you may just consider broken. I don't think any of us are ever broken. We are learning, right? We have to figure it out. But you're open and willing to try a different approach than you have maybe before. You're recognizing things within you that are not serving of your highest good. And I know I sound like a broken record with you all, but that's really what this is about, is opening yourself up to doing things in a very different approach. It's recognizing the traits within you. So if you're on your spiritual path and you're doing this growing, you will find parts of yourself and you're like, Jesus, why have I done this way for so long? Or, hey, I know that this is a pattern in my life and I need to change this. So you are, and I feel that's where that back and forth, that's like that push and pull of the ego. Like, I'm aware that I need to do this differently, and then the ego is like, oh, but we'll go back into that toxic pattern because that supports you, and it doesn't support you. It doesn't support your growth. So Leo, I feel like that's really what this is talking about, because it's exposing and revealing not so much to other people, but through your circumstances, whether it's by interacting with other people, doing a certain type of job, whatever it might, whatever this might be for you in particular, that there's an awareness coming to you about yourself at this point. And again, it's kind of like, oh, okay, I'm going to be open to this. But then it tends to kind of time every now and again slide back into the old way of thinking, to where our fear kind of takes over and we're like, okay, I'm just gonna sit right here because I know what this is like. It's understanding parts of you. This is really about understanding parts of yourself that keep you in that headspace, in that Nine of Swords kind of energy. All right, for Leo, angel of love and all tied up. Yeah, you know, and there's that imbalance, right? Like, I want to go, I want to go, I want to stay, I want to stay. Leo. Funny, I just did Aries and the third chakra came out, and there it is. Everybody's having an internal power struggle this week, apparently. For Leo this week, please, Spirit. Walking away in envy. Deceit. Oh, God, guys. All right, let's see. Let's see here. I wish I could, like, spend an hour on these videos, but I'm just not able to do that this week. Third chakra, walking away in envy. 10, 9, chew. This may pertain to another person trying to decide, because I feel like where you have had to make a choice to step away, it's like you're hesitant. There's hesitancy there about whether or not you really want to do this. I feel like you're fighting for that self-control. In the past, you know, maybe this past week you were finding your space and fighting for a level of self-control. And you're walking away from that, but you're like on the outside looking in to something, but I want you to understand that it's also compromising your values. Whatever it is that you're working towards, it's like compromising your values. 2 of Cups in reverse and the 3 of Pentacles. You may not be meant to work together at this time. You may find it hard and difficult to try to work together with somebody at this time. Third chakra, there it is. 3 of Swords, the Hermit, the 7 of Wands, you know. Learning from our past hurt and experiences. That this situation, I feel like you're trying to control it a little bit. Trying to control yourself some way. I feel like walking away from it does leave you feeling vulnerable and hurt. Some pain, but you also understand that this is also part of your journey. So for some of you, you may be dealing with this resurfacing of hurt when it comes to your home space, your life in general, and also recognizing that through that growth, you also have to admit those boundaries too. This walking away, oh, for the love of God. Knight of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, I talked about it earlier. King of Wands, not feeling like yourself right now. I think you're rushing to judgment on yourself. I think you're rushing to judgment on another person. The situation may not be what you think it is. You know, you're trying to hold your balance. You're trying to make yourself feel good in the position that you're in, maybe what you've built for yourself thus far. And thus, you know, to have somebody come in from an external circumstance, and you may just be in a space where it's happened so quickly that it was like almost like made you feel like your independence was being pulled from you somehow. That King of Wands in reverse, that's totally you. Strength card, Leo, there you are. 10 of Wands, not putting down the burdens. You got to pay attention to I'm going to say the burdens from the past, because this is like a spiritual misunderstanding within the self is what I'm going to call this. So it's like Spirit is just saying, listen to your guides at this time. You know, you're going to know what is right for you. And this deceit, it's like, let's see, envy, I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. It's uncharted territory for you. It really is. Whatever this is uncharted territory, Leo. Oh my God, too many cards. King of Cups, 6 of Swords, not wanting to walk away from something or someone. It's very interesting, Leo, because there's like your truth, excuse me, your truth, and then also fighting. There's that King of Wands in reverse again. It's like trying to find your truth, right? Or fighting with your truth, as opposed to your emotions. And you know, guys, we're running into this full moon in Virgo. And on top of that, we're in Pisces season. So I just explained Aries, like our emotions are everywhere right now. And I feel like there's a wanting to offer this, but then also feeling like there's going to be a point of rejection as well. Or feeling like you're the one who needs to reject a certain situation at this time. This deceit. This deceit to me is not so much somebody else deceiving you per se, but you with that Eight of Swords. This is self-imposed. Six of Cups. You could be wanting something to come back around. This could have been just as a soulmate connection. The Five of Cups that's leaving you feeling emotionally depleted. Somebody else could be feeling emotionally depleted at this time. And the Two of Swords, not sure what you're supposed to do. Four of Swords underneath there. This is just, I don't feel like you're giving things a space to breathe. Maybe somebody else isn't giving you that space to breathe. Maybe you're in your head about this and not giving yourself that time as well. But it's time for pause and reflection. There's a need for pause and reflection so that you can make a clear-cut, open, honest decision with yourself. After that, forward movement comes along to usher you in. And I think that Cancer season might be a time where new love or new growth or new opportunity is coming in for you. You may find yourself stepping back into something at that point too. It's you know, for all of you guys, it's going to be very different. It could be new love, or it could be somebody else coming in, or an old person, a past person coming in, I'm sorry. And then let's get a couple of love cards for you guys. What's going on for Leo in love? Express your love. There's nothing wrong with expressing how you feel about somebody or something, to be open and honest about your feelings in the communication. Some of you may have already done so, but you also recognize that you deserve love in a certain fashion as well. So it's like you can express your love, but you also know that you deserve to have love. So there needs to be equal reciprocity, and both parties have to be willing to step into that together. All right, Leo, what else for love for Leo for this week? Yeah, I mean, release your ex and codependency. Some of you may be dealing, when we talk about the past coming up, this could also be past nostalgic feelings. There it is. You know, maybe you're comparing situations to other situations. It's time to clear your energy and stop looking back to the past. It's time to start new things. Make sure that codependency isn't affecting your love life right now. Addictions are affecting your romantic love life, it says. The addiction doesn't have to be drugs and alcohol. It can be our visions on the way we see things, the way we believe things are going to happen. You know, those toxic patterns and those things are also codependencies too. So, you know, when it says release your ex, the time has come to clear your energy. If you're finding yourself thinking about exes and past situations, it's time to let that go. It's time to step into a space of clear thinking so that you are not self-sabotaging situations that are coming to the forefront at, you know, for you in the right time. So very interesting, Leo. You are becoming more aware, and you are engaging with that energy right now. But the confusion still sits. The anxiety is still sitting there. You know, it's something. You guys are really, something's really shifting for you. But I'm telling you, once you take that time out, that Four of Wands and the Nine of Cups is underneath there. You're gonna feel very differently about this situation. Spirit just keeps saying some of you may be coming back around to a person. Not saying that that's a good thing or a bad thing, because you know your situation. But it's like you want to express yourself, but in the same space, you also know what you want. And it's kind of like, I get the feeling like those are conflicting. Like, I want to love, I do love, but do I want to accept that love? It's a very, very strange dynamic that you guys have going on. But you're opening yourself up to self-revelation, self-realization. So Leo, if you found this reading resonates, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. It's one of the best ways to show your support. Again, guys, if you want to dive deeper into your own personal situation, that information is in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page. I would love to hear from you, and be happy to get you set up. So I'm wishing you guys a great week. Take care. Be good to each other. Be good to yourself. You know, exposed and revealed. I keep looking at that for you, Leo. Afraid to be vulnerable. And I think with yourself too at this time. So, all right, guys, take care of yourselves. I will see you soon. I'm sending you all my love. Bye-bye.